What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is.
It's your boy Jay.
It's your girl G.
And
we are back with another video. Now today we are going to be doing a story time on how we met.
So, apparently we're going to tell y'all how we met each other.
Mm-hmm. You remember where we met?
Oh gosh, I do.
Where?
At Dave's.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't know how, but for some reason, I still trying to figure out what's going on with me because it's still shocking. Like,
what?
So remember the day that when I first met you, that I was trying to get your number, but for some reason I scared off.
He chickened out. How'd you get my number?
From a girl.
Yeah, he got my number from a mutual friend that was friends with me and friends with him. Because he didn't want to get rejected. So he chickened out.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being a hater.
Well, I ran. Yes, I ran people.
He did. Look, we all walked home together, right? Because we all live close. Remember that? We all were walking home, and then like 5 minutes once I get in the door, I get a text. Oh, Jamar wants your number. Can I give it to him? He asked me for it, but I didn't want to give it away. And I was like, sure. He could have just asked me. And then when he texted me, talk about, hey, it's Jamar. I was like, you could have asked me. He was like, well, I didn't want to get rejected.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous.
You're scared.
Like the next day, which I trying to tell her, but I was still kind of checking out in person. So what I did was I kind of sent her a message on the phone and then tell her how I feel and that I liked her, and then also I wasn't there. But anyways, as I was saying, I was kind of checking out, like being a punk and just scared. So I sent her a message on the phone. Either that or I just talked to her on the phone. Either one.
Mm-hmm. And you remember what I said to you when you said that you liked me?
Mm-hmm.
What'd I say?
Well, I forgot.
Okay, so basically I was fresh out of high school and it was my first job. I wasn't looking for a relationship. He wasn't my type. So I told him, I'm like, you're not my type and I'm not looking for a relationship. Like, let's just stay friends. And we were cool with that. I think I started that job in June, the last week of June. But remember, I took that first week off of July because I went out of town with a youth trip. Mm-hmm. And then, so I basically started in the end of June, but I took that first week off in July. So I never got to know him until the end of July when I started to say, like, we started, like, see each other more and say, hey. But it was just like a new coworker type thing. Mm-hmm. Until August, the end of August, early September is when he told me he liked me. And then that's when I said, like, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship. You're not my type. Da-da-da. We just stayed friends. Nobody knew about this. So then come, what was it? The end of October. Was it? Mm-hmm. No, it was in November because it was around it was the same month your birthday's in. Mm-hmm. I think it was like the beginning of November, mid-November. So basically, you remember you came to Dave's and you were leaving town because he had some personal stuff going on. He didn't want to be there no more. And he didn't know when he was coming back. So I was like, well, when are you going to come back? And he was just like, he didn't know. So remember, you were texting me about it. And at that time, like, now mind you, he already told me he liked me. I never liked him back, but over time, he grew on me. Because it was just like, the way he acted to a female, it was how a man was supposed to act. And at the time, I was young and dumb. My type was more of like a more muscular, tatted up, like hardcore. And so, okay, yeah. Anyways, he grew on me. It was like how he treated a female that what brought my attention to him. So when he told me he was leaving, I was like, well, this could be my only chance. So, like, if I don't say nothing, he leaves and he never comes back, that chance is gone. Or I take on a chance and he leaving, then I wait for him to come back. But what if he comes back too late and I'm already out of that job? You see? Mm-hmm. So I ended up telling him, like, I went to him, because remember I texted you and I asked you, where were you? And you said bakery, and I said, okay, I'm coming to you. Mm-hmm. I went to a bakery, and I was like, can I talk to you? Now, remember all them old ladies were standing there? Mm-hmm. And I pulled you aside, and I had told you that I had feelings for you. You can't leave. You remember what you said? Mm. Okay, so basically he was like, why you got feelings for me now? Like, why would you wait till now? And I'm just like, I know how to tell you, like, before I didn't have feelings for you, but now I do. So remember, you ended up not leaving. He ended up staying, and he didn't go back to Kentucky. He ended up staying here. And later on, like, that year, we just kept talking, like, we were friends. Maybe, remember that situation that happened with my mom and all them? Like, we were friends. We were friends up until... Now, that all happened in November. Like, November, December, and all them. And then we were friends through all those months. And then come March 1st, 2023. No, 2022, my bad. March 1st of 2022 is when we became boyfriend and girlfriend. You remember? Mm-hmm. You remember how you asked me out?
Sort of, half of, but not all of it.
Okay. What do you remember about asking me out?
I don't know if I said it through the phone or in person when I said it.
No, you did it through texting.
Oh, probably have to remember, but I'm not sure if I remember or not. Mm-hmm. So what happened was, on that day, I sent her a message about how I felt that I liked her. And then all of a sudden I told her how I feel, that I definitely have feelings for her, that I wanted to be with her. And then I asked her a simple question, like, does she want to be my girlfriend? But, because I sort of, like, did, like, just, like, the first time I tipped her out, the second time I, like, zoned out because I wanted her number, because I thought she said she don't like me, she don't like my skin tone and everything. I like, wow. Well, anyways, so I don't remember what I said to her. So what I did was I told her, like I said, I just told her how I feel and how beautiful she is, and she got beautiful eyes and everything.
Aww.
Yeah, that. But anyways,
Ew.
Well, yeah. So I told her that she's beautiful, which is she is. Beautiful eyes.
Ew. Okay.
And I told her like, I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but I told her that I sort of like her, but I don't know how to express my feeling and open up to her. So what I did was I said through the message instead in person, because
You just kept getting nervous. Every time he would talk to me in person, he would get nervous and freeze up. Then he'd stutter over his words and he would forget what he'd have to say. So it was better for him to go through texting because he was in his own atmosphere and able to text it out. You remember where I was when you asked me to be your girlfriend?
Probably at work.
Mm-mm. No. On March 1st of 2022, I was at the tattoo shop, the tattoo and piercing shop, remember? And I was getting my belly button pierced. And Angel was with me. And she had seen the messages. And she was like, you need to make him ask you in person. I'm like, no. And remember, I ended up saying yes. That's when we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And we kept it on the low for what? A couple months. Mm-hmm. We kept it on the low for a couple months. because we didn't want nobody knowing. Like, I didn't want nobody knowing. He didn't want nobody knowing. We didn't want people at work to get involved in our relationship. And anybody knows when people get involved in your relationship, it just starts drama. People lie on the other person, and we didn't want none of that. So we ended up keeping it quiet for a couple months. No one knew about it until now. Anybody knows if you were working at Dave's in those times, all them girls there would talk to anybody. And it bothered me because he would be friends. He would be friends with everybody. You remember that? You remember that one girl that worked on a register that always would yell your name?
Mm-hmm.
You remember her?
What kind of name is?
Don't say no names. Okay.
Let's start with a J or something.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Don't
J.
say no names.
I don't know. I start with a J. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll tell you after the video. But yeah, you remember her? She would always yell his name. Like, he would be at the one end, standing and talking to me.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, that's Rafiki. Mommy. Anyways, he would be at one end, standing talking with me, and she'd be at the other end on a register and yell his name all the way on the front end. I'm like, so I started to get like temperamental, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting like temperamental because I was like, why are you yelling for him and he all the way down here? Like, stay on your register. And it wasn't just her, it was other girls I would catch in the aisles standing and talking with him. And it's like, I never seen it when we were friends. Now we start dating. Maybe I was just more alert on it, but we start dating. No one knew, and now I see all this. So then, remember when, and a big thing, like, we didn't want nobody knowing we were together, but the main thing was because, remember the girl that was a mutual friend between us that you got my number from?
Mm-hmm.
She was close to me because at the time I had personal stuff going on, so I turned and put my, like, turned to her for comfort. And she was your best friend, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So she looked at me as a daughter, and she looked at him as her best friend. So it was like, if we were to come out and say like, oh yeah, we're dating, it was kind of like she'd be in the middle. And at the time, I didn't want to ruin my relationship with her. He didn't want to ruin his relationship with her. So we were like, it's just better to keep it quiet. Like, there was so much on the line. So we ended up keeping it quiet until we were like, okay, like, it's getting to the point, like, we want to be in places and be able to be by each other. So you remember the first person that found out? The one girl had found out because you remember what we were doing?
Pretty much hugging.
We went in the back and receiving, and we were hugging all over each other. It wasn't nothing like anything like what y'all probably think. It was nothing like that. We were just hugging on each other. It was when the time, remember, you were crying, and the girl that worked in receiving had came and got me because we were always by each other and nobody knew why. Everybody had their suspicions, but nobody knew, like, oh yeah, they're dating. So she had came and got me, and she was like, hey, Jamar's back there crying. So I had went back there, and remember, you ended up, after it was all done, after you were done crying, you ended up kissing me. Remember the meat dude seen it?
Mm-hmm.
The meat dude seen it. I think it was him and her both that started the room, like, started the rumor going around that, oh yeah, Genevieve and Jamar are dating. And remember when that mutual friend between us, she got mad at us?
Did she?
Mm-hmm. She got mad because you were supposed to be her best friend and I was supposed to be like a daughter to her, and then we didn't tell her that we were dating.
Oh, yeah.
She got mad because of that, and we already knew like she was gonna get mad over that. But at that time, we were just like, oh well. So we ended up. That's when we let it out. When we let it out and everybody knew about it, we didn't have to hide it no more. We only kept it from what? We kept it from,
I would say a month and a half or at least 2. Pretty much.
yeah, like a month and a half to 2 months. We kept it. And then when we let it out, everybody knew. And we didn't care. That everybody knew. I know I kept it from my family, but my older sister knew about it. But I kept it from my family. I think he kept it from his family, but his dad knew about it. And I think that's all. Like, we kept it on the low pretty much. The only reason why the work found out was because that was where we seen each other most. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we seen each other the most at. So that's how they found out. You remember our first kiss? You remember what we were doing?
With holding hands.
Well, what were we doing?
Walking.
And where?
To work.
Oh, and another thing is, I remember the times where I would work and you would be off.
Mm-hmm.
He would meet me and walk with me to work because he didn't meet me at my mom's house. What was it? The stop sign or something?
You know that was at Dave's. 1 and 2.
No, you would walk me to Dave's.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when he would walk me to Dave's, he would meet me at the stop sign, and he'd walk me to work. And then remember the times where I would walk home,
Mm-hmm.
you'd meet me back up there and walk me home.
Mm-hmm.
He literally lived 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
He would literally walk up there on a day he had off. Walk up there at just say if I got off at 3, he'd walk up there at 2:30, start walking, get there at 3. Not even 5 minutes later, I'd leave, so we'd walk back. I lived couple minutes down the road, literally no longer than 10 minutes. Drop me off, then walk all the way back. All that way just to walk with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be to and from my days he had off.
Even though I still be on the phone, making sure she okay.
Yeah, and we'd be on the phone all day.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's at work, whether she's at work, or I'm at work, or one of us be at home, either way.
Yeah. We'd be on the phone. We'd be on the phone from what? I'd start work at 6:45. We'd be on the phone from 6:45 in the morning all the way until what? We'd be on the phone from 6:45 till 3:30. When I'd get home from work, I'd go in, take a shower, eat, go up to my room, and I'd be on the phone with him all evening. Remember that? All night. We'd fall asleep on the phone, then we'd wake up and the phone would end after, I think it was 4 hours? The phone would end after 4 hours. So we'd end up hanging up, calling again, and then somewhere throughout the night when we fell asleep, it would hang up. Then the next morning, it was like a routine. We started all again, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Always on the phone. Now we get to... No more phones.
Yeah, but here's the funny part. So, that day, either we both at work, or one of us is off and one of us at work. So, I was on the phone with her. Then I heard a voice in the background. I was like, man, who is that in the background? So, you know how people be all in the people business, and people trying to be so thirsty just to say oh, I'm just talking to him or her. Like, dude, no. Never. First of all. See, this is why, anyways. So, when she was at work, I was on the phone with her, and then I heard the voice in the background. And then I was like, who's that in the background? So she said who the guy is. So then I came up there, and then I really just got on him because dude, why are you talking to my girl at first? I don't like how guys come up to my girl and just say, oh, I'm just talking to her, or we friends in this way. No. It don't work on my end, bro. No. I don't like that. I don't swing that way. I didn't assign official for it. You can't be doing that. Well, I'm not there or there. That's like a girl come up to me and then she be on the phone with me, so who's that? Then boom,
That's why we don't do that. That's why I don't have guy friends anymore, and he don't have girlfriends anymore. We don't do that junk over here.
What besides this one?
Who, Rafiki?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Rafiki don't count. She don't know what she is.
Oh, I already know what she is.
That's orangutan.
Yeah, that's a twerkaholic.
Okay, so that's probably it for this video. We'll do a part 2. We'll do a part 2 of saying how our families reacted to us. We'll do a part 2 of that. And then we'll do a part 2 of, like, up until where we're at now. Like, how our relationship was. And how it grew over the time.
Oh, before we end it, I'm going to say this to everybody. Word advice. If a girl talk to a guy, better check that female. Get on your man. As for the guy, if a guy talks to your girl, whether she say fans, ass, same thing with females on the
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
a female or a guy, you should not be contacted with your ex. They're an ex for a reason. Leave them in the past.
Like this. Oh, by the way, I'm the funny one. She be like,
Who?
you.
No, I do not.
Tell you. Like, when it comes to us, we both funny. But I'm the more funny, even though she knows this. But sometimes, look, you know what y'all be thinking when she said inside her head.
Ew.
See?
Boy.
But anyways, so like I said, word advice, if you're in a relationship, never, ever talk to your ass, talk to your friends.
No, never talk to your ex and never talk to the opposite sex.
Especially if it comes to ass and friends, because they try to tell stories about who did this, who did that, and nobody got time for that. I don't got time for that.
I don't got time for that.
Neither of us. And I know y'all don't have time for that. So, same thing I told her. And I'm gonna put this in y'all head, even though some of y'all might agree or not. But first, she got chicken legs, put it that way. But anyways, never believe who your friends is. You have friends, when they said, oh, don't trust them, trust that. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust your ass. Come to your partner and solve it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say. Because friends out here, that's why I'm getting rid of male friends. Not half of them, but.
I'm
So.
getting beat up over here, man, bro. Rafiki, move. Move, Biggie.
Oh, that's her name that
Get.
she gave her.
You better not. Get. Move. Anyways, that concludes today's videos. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you give this video a fat thumbs up. Come on, baby. Make sure you give this video a fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below more videos, ideas you wanted to do. And don't forget, I'm still doing another prank because I'm getting you back. But anyways, DM me on Instagram. Give me more prank ideas.
Oh, she said she give me back, but I got the video on my phone.
What video?
Oh, yeah, you have to see when I upload it.
Look at me. Alright, guys. Are you ready to close it out?
That's all for today.
see you guys next time.
From Jay
And G.
and
And Biggie. You.